Okay, we're joined today by head men's soccer coach Paul Holocher, now in his 5th season with the Cal Poly Mustangs. Coach, first off, 2 years ago, the program broke through, got to the NCAA tournament, upset UCLA in the first round. What's going to take to get back to that level this year?
You know, we're gonna have to, number one, we're gonna have to remain healthy, and you know, train well, prepare well for each game. You know, you take a look at our schedule, and it's another very challenging schedule. So you can't make the mistake of looking past the game that you're preparing for. So you know, I'm realistic and optimistic about the season, and we're hopeful that we can get back.
Just a quick look back at last season. How bad were some of those injuries that the team sustained? I know a lot of guys were shuffling in and out of the lineup all year long.
Yeah, we definitely had several key injuries. You know, Cameron Walters, Derek Brown, you know, Wes Fainer. These are guys that were all injured at some point. As far as making the team stronger, I think we have. You know, I think we've got some good young players coming in, and the rest of the guys have all had a year under their belt. They're more mature. You know, they've been seasoned by a full spring. So, you know, we hope that pays off.
You want to start up top with David Zamora and then work your way back. Just give us a kind of a brief outline of the lineup, how things might look this year.
Yeah, we have a number of good forwards. You know, David Zamora is going into his senior year. You know, he's been working very hard. He wants to have a great senior year. We have a young player, Ian Clark, that wasn't with us again. Again, this was a player that was injured all last year, who we feel can come in and give him, you know, challenge him for some time, be a good spark off the bench perhaps. And, you know, as far as, you know, the rest of our lineup, if we have, you know, any strength, I think it's that we're well balanced. You know, we have you know, some key guys in the midfield as well, like Jake Husted and Efron Burgess Jr. And I think, you know, our back four is strong as well, and our goalkeeping. So.
Just want to touch on the goalkeeping position really quick. Patrick McLean, now kind of a seasoned veteran, 1 year under his belt.
Yeah, he had his first full season last year. He ended up winning that spot about 5-6 games into the season, and did very well for us as we hit conference. So he had a good summer of playing, and you know, he's going to be a very good goalkeeper. We also have Brett Finkelstein, who's going into a sophomore year, who's also very good. So, you know, we expect to see a bit of a challenge there to see who's going to win that spot. But we have a few very good goalkeepers. So.
Just to touch on the schedule really quick, I think it's 8 matches against teams that qualified for the NCAA tournament last year. Can you give us a rundown how the schedule was kind of compiled, what you were going after, especially with the non-conference opponents?
Well, we want to challenge ourselves. So, you know, you take a look at it, and you look, starting even from our preseason games. You know, we're hopeful to have a match here coming soon with perhaps the Mexican U20 national team, and you know, heading into you know, going out to Air Force in Denver, which is a very difficult place to play. It's going to be a challenging road trip, and then you head out to Notre Dame and Indiana, which are two, you know, top 25 programs, storied programs. Come back and we play UCLA at home on the opening weekend. So the idea is challenge ourselves, and if we can come away, you know, realistically again, if we can come away with a 500 or a 500-plus record in that pre-conference schedule, we put ourselves in a good position, because these are top teams, top RPI teams, and you know, we'll be battle tested for which is always a tough conference.
And then leading up to the Big West Conference, obviously one of the toughest conferences in the nation. 2 years ago, they got 4 teams out of 7 into the tournament. How do you anticipate the Big West is going to shape up this year?
I think every team is going to be better. You know, I think every team is going to be improved. You know, you look at you know, Santa Barbara is always doing well and bringing in good players, but you look at teams like Fullerton, who, you know, was left out of the top 4 last year in the Big West, but they returned pretty much everybody. Very talented team. You know, there's no easy teams in the Big West. So you know, our goal again is to get into the top 4, and hopefully get into the top 2 so we can host a Big West playoff game.
And real quick, just to touch on the home schedule this year, a lot of key home matches. Obviously, the Santa Barbara match is going to be huge this year, but also you have UCLA coming in.
Yeah. I don't know how many years it's been since UCLA's played a game here, a regular season game, but it's also a special weekend because it's WOW Week. The opening weekend of school, a Friday night game. We expect a massive crowd, 8 to 10,000 people to be coming out to that type of game. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun for the freshmen coming onto campus to be all excited, and hopefully we can give them a great performance and a win.
And the Santa Barbara series, always a major affair around these parts.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and I think it's just going to be a clash of the Titans again. I think we love playing those guys. It's always a passionate game, and the fans love it, the crowd loves it, so we'll enjoy that again.
You could touch really quick on your incoming class. There's a couple guys with U20 national team experience.
Yeah, we have a very good class, a small class, 6 guys coming in, and some very good experience as well. George Malky is a player from Arizona who plays in the midfield. Very well-rounded player, very good on the dribble and in the attack, and a tough kid. He is, he's a guy that we feel could maybe be challenged to get in that starting 11. Again, he was in residency with U.S. under-17s for a year and a half. We have a young man as well, Ronald Medrano Williams from Costa Rica, who is a forward, was called in recently for the U20 men's national team camps. Good players, and all the boys are well-rounded students, good character, hard workers. So we feel they're going to fit in very well.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck with the 2010 season.
Thank you.